everybody? Here I am doing my reinstall of my Vance and Hines Twin Slash Slip-ons. I took them off for my road test so it's not too loud to give the bad impressions to the road test examiner, and really it kind of helped out because a lot of my instructions from the examiner came on the speakers that I was wearing, and noticeably the stock exhaust was definitely quieter than my Vance and Hines Slip-ons. But now that I passed the test, I'm gonna try to put it back on, and I want to show you how it's installed. So really it's pretty easy. All you really need is a wrench set, and as well as two types of fittings. One is a 9/16 and the other one is a 1/2 inch. If you don't have it in Imperial, then you can go metric, which is 14mm and a 13mm. That's all you need for this. One thing that helped me install this quicker is purchasing your own exhaust clamps from Harley Davidson dealership. They're about $4 or $5 each, so really it does save a lot of time, and you'll see that I can get this done in about 15 minutes or so. I do recommend wearing gloves only because some of the parts are slightly sharp and you do end up pinching your fingers, which I hate doing when I'm doing maintenance work. So one of the key points, safety points, is make sure that your exhaust in your bike is cooled down. Last thing you want to do is burn your fingers. If this is your first time doing this, it's always best to put something underneath the bike in case you accidentally end up dropping it. So what I like to use is the Imperial one because it fits a little better. So I'm going to go ahead with the 9/16. Plug it in. So first thing I do is I just take this exhaust clamp, loosen it up. Plenty loose. And then on this one, there's one right in the bottom. So just take the same thing, loosen this guy off. Now the next one is to go underneath the exhaust to find the two bolts that are holding the exhaust. One that's down here, and then one over there, which is same thing mimicking to the front end. When you go underneath, there should be two bolts that you want to take off. So we'll go ahead and take that off. And now for this one, you will have to use the 1/2 inch. Comes right off. Make sure you keep that safe somewhere so you don't lose it. And in order to take this out, you just kind of wiggle it around. Just like that. Pops out. Same thing for the front one. You just gotta find the right one, which in this case is the one in here. Be careful not to take out the one that actually is the exhaust bar. Okay. Same thing, find the second one up front. There you go. Out. And then same thing, just slide it off. Like that. Yeah.
Why did you get the door open? Hug you.
Okay. Daddy's busy right now.
Are you going to work?
No, I'm just doing this.
Okay.
Okay, for this one, you gotta have to put in the forwards first and then put the one that with the emblem on it last, just so you have enough space to squeeze things in. If you're getting this new, then obviously you will have to install these in. Pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, it's a lot easier if you have your own clamps. Sometimes these clamps aren't as easy to come off of, but surprisingly mine's been pretty easy. Now before you put this on, you gotta kind of have to know which side you want this exhaust clamp to go on, because that's where you want to tighten it. So you can either do it to the top, which means you'll be tightening it from up here, or on the bottom, where you'll be tightening it from the bottom here, which for the fronts I like to do it from the bottom. So we'll go ahead and try to slip this on first. This, and it should slide right in. And then these flanges that you see here just needs to be rotated so it goes under, like so. And then all you gotta do is just line it up with the holes on the bottom, and then you just need to tighten it. Okay, so once you twisted this in, all you gotta do is look underneath, find the right hole, which is right here. Make sure they're all lined up, and then take the 1/2 inch. Use the same screw that you used to take it off, and then stick it in. First hand tighten, and then you take your 1/2 inch and start tightening it. Now you don't want to over tighten at first because you have to line up the second part. So now you know that the second one's in, you can tighten it a little bit more. Nice and firm. And then next thing you want to do is tighten the exhaust clamp here. Change out from your 1/2 inch to your 9/16, which will tighten your slip-on to the actual exhaust. It's nice and tight, won't come off. And then you move on to the same thing on the rear, which should be a lot easier. So have a good wipe down. Should be doing a better job at this. And then just like so, you just slide it in again. Okay, so once slipped in, same thing. You want to take your 1/2 inch, find the bottom, make sure it's lined up. Now both are in, that you can tighten both ends. And then finally, tightening the exhaust clamp. For this one, I like to keep it on top. Switch out your 1/2 inch to 9/16, and just like that. And that's it. Simple as that. Now let's turn on the exhaust to see what it sounds like. Much louder. Hope you enjoyed the slip-on install video. See you next time. Peace.